On a crisp autumn morning in 2025, the Black Sea was shrouded in a quiet mist, its surface calm and unsuspecting. But beneath this peaceful exterior, the stage was set for a confrontation that would change the course of aerial warfare. Suddenly, a Russian Su-35 vanished from radar over the Black Sea, its signal blinking out without warning. The disappearance sent ripples of confusion through Russian air defense networks. It wasn't a missile that brought it down, but a Ukrainian F-16, one equipped with more than just missiles. This jet carried a new kind of weapon, invisible, silent, and devastating. The Russian pilot, a seasoned veteran with years of experience, was caught completely off guard. He had faced danger before, but never like this. His advanced radar was jammed, leaving him exposed and disoriented. The cockpit filled with warning lights, but no answers. This single engagement sent shockwaves through Russian command. The loss was more than just a plane. It was a blow to their confidence and their sense of control. Months of preparation for the F-16s had not anticipated this level of success. Ukrainian crews realized they had unleashed something entirely new. The Ukrainian jet was no ordinary F-16. It was upgraded to fight in the electromagnetic spectrum, bristling with advanced electronic warfare pods and sensors. The incident signaled a fundamental shift in the air war over Ukraine. The skies were no longer ruled by speed and firepower alone, but by information and disruption. Russian pilots now faced a new, unpredictable threat, jets that could turn their own sensors against them, making every mission a gamble. The psychological impact was immediate. Fear of the unseen crept into the Russian Air Force, eroding morale and sowing doubt before every sortie. The F-16s arriving in Ukraine were reborn, specifically adapted for electronic warfare. Each jet was now a flying node in a networked battle. Every sortie now carried the risk of facing a jet that could make Russian pilots blind in the sky, unable to trust their instruments or their instincts. The arrival of these F-16s opened a new invisible front in the war, one fought in radio waves and data streams, where victory depended on who could control the air's unseen currents. The rules of air combat had changed overnight. Old tactics were suddenly obsolete, and new strategies had to be written in real time. Ukraine's upgraded F-16s were more than reinforcements. They were a technological ambush, rewriting the balance of power in the skies above the Black Sea. The F-16 Fighting Falcon is a global icon, lightweight, agile, and battle-proven. Designed in the 1970s, its bubble canopy, side-stick control, and fly-by-wire system made it a dogfighting legend. Over 4,600 have been built, serving in 25-plus nations and countless conflicts. The F-16 evolved from a simple air superiority fighter to a true multi-role workhorse, air-to-air, ground attack, CED. Its adaptability and constant upgrades have kept it relevant for decades. For Ukraine, the F-16 was a leap from aging Soviet jets to a modern Western platform. It brought advanced weapons, superior situational awareness, and NATO integration. Ukrainian pilots, once outmatched, now had a tool to challenge Russian air dominance. The F-16's arrival was more than symbolic. It was a game changer. A new chapter for the Fighting Falcon was about to be written over Eastern Europe. Supplying Ukraine with F-16s was a massive international effort. Led by the Netherlands and Denmark, the coalition pledged dozens of jets as they transitioned to F-35s. Norway and Belgium joined, bringing the total to over 60 aircraft. Each country's F-16s were different, requiring standardization and upgrades before delivery. The U.S. coordinated technical support, training, and political approval. Deliveries were phased, allowing Ukrainian crews to build expertise gradually. The first F-16s arrived in summer 2024, with pilots training in Denmark, Romania, and the U.S. maintenance crews learned alongside NATO experts, ensuring sustainability. This was more than a transfer of jets. It was the creation of a long-term combat capability. The coalition's support built a resilient, operational Ukrainian F-16 fleet. Ukraine's Air Force was being transformed from the ground up. The F-16s sent to Ukraine were secretly upgraded before delivery. The key, a cutting-edge electronic warfare EW system, tailored for the Russian threat. Standard F-16s would struggle against Russia's layered air defenses and advanced radars. The new EW suite could jam, deceive, and blind enemy sensors, turning the F-16 into an electronic predator. It could create ghost targets, flood enemy screens with false data, and mask the jet's true position. This wasn't just a defensive tool, it was an offensive weapon in the electromagnetic spectrum. The upgrade transformed the F-16 into a platform capable of surviving and hunting in the world's most dangerous airspace. Ukrainian pilots now had a technological trump card. The secret wasn't in the airframe, but in the black box of electronics inside. Electronic warfare, or EW, is the battle for control of the electromagnetic spectrum, a hidden, invisible domain where modern wars are increasingly fought and won. It's not about tanks or bullets, but about who can see, hear, and communicate, and who can deny those abilities to the enemy. Imagine two people in a pitch-black room, each holding a flashlight. In this scenario, electronic warfare is the power to blind your opponent, confuse them, or even hide yourself completely from their beam. It's a contest of wits and technology, where the one who controls the light controls the outcome. In military terms, those flashlights are actually radars, radios, and sensors. EW systems are designed to jam enemy signals, deceive their sensors, or protect your own communications and radars from being jammed or tricked. It's a constant tug-of-war for information dominance. EW is divided into three main parts. First, electronic support. This is all about listening for enemy signals, gathering intelligence, and building a picture of the invisible battlefield. Second, electronic attack, using jamming and deception to disrupt or mislead enemy systems. And third, electronic protection, shielding your own equipment from enemy interference. Electronic support acts like a radar for the unseen world, helping commanders detect threats and anticipate attacks before they happen. It's the first line of defense in the electromagnetic spectrum. Electronic attack is the offensive side, overwhelming enemy radars with noise, creating fake targets, or even shutting down their communications entirely. This sows confusion and can turn the tide of battle in seconds. Deception is a key tactic, tricking enemy sensors so a single jet appears as many, or making an entire squadron vanish from radar. It's about making the enemy see what you want them to see, or nothing at all. Electronic protection is the shield, ensuring your own systems keep working even under heavy attack. This involves frequency hopping, encryption, and advanced filters to block out jamming and keep communications secure. For pilots, EW is the difference between being hunted and being the hunter. It means staying hidden from enemy radars, striking first, and surviving in the most hostile skies imaginable. It's a high-speed, high-stakes game of hide-and-seek, played with radio waves and signals instead of bullets and bombs. Every second counts, and the side with better EW often has the upper hand. In today's air combat, electronic warfare is just as vital as missiles, stealth, or maneuvering. Without it, even the most advanced jets are vulnerable. The side that controls the electromagnetic spectrum doesn't just have an advantage, they control the entire fight, shaping the outcome before the first missile is even launched. Ukraine's F-16s, equipped with cutting-edge EW systems, became masters of this invisible battlefield, turning the tide and rewriting the rules of modern air warfare. The transformation of Ukraine's F-16s was led by the U.S. Air Force's 68th Electronic Warfare Squadron, the Crows. Based in Florida, the Crows are engineers and programmers, not pilots. Their missions study enemy air defenses, decode their signals, and develop countermeasures. For Ukraine, they programmed the EW pods with a library of Russian radar and weapon signatures. When a threat is detected, the system instantly selects the best jamming or deception technique, faster than any human could react. As Russia adapts, the Crows update the software, keeping Ukraine's F-16s one step ahead. This is a real-time software war, with updates sent securely to the front lines. The Crows' work represents a transfer of decades of U.S. expertise to Ukrainian pilots. The EW system arrives preloaded with the knowledge to defeat specific Russian threats. The Crows' silent efforts made Ukraine's F-16s unexpectedly formidable. It's not just hardware, it's a living, evolving shield. The secret to survival is in the code. For Ukrainian pilots, the upgraded F-16's electronic warfare, or EW suite, is nothing short of a lifesaver. In the high-stakes world of modern aerial combat, every second counts, and these upgrades can mean the difference between life and death. On a mission deep into contested airspace, the jet's advanced sensors pick up the telltale signature of a Russian S-400 radar system, one of the most feared threats in the region. In older jets, this kind of detection would force pilots to abort their mission or take enormous risks, flying blind and hoping not to be targeted. Now, with the EW pod engaged, the F-16 jams the enemy radar, flooding it with static and digital noise. The jet effectively vanishes from hostile screens, becoming a ghost in the sky. This allows the pilot to press on with the mission, strike high-value targets, or escape safely, choices that simply weren't possible before. In the chaos of air-to-air combat, the EW system can even generate phantom targets, sowing confusion among Russian pilots and buying those precious extra seconds to react. While the enemy hesitates, unsure of what's real, the Ukrainian pilot can lock on, fire, and seize the initiative. The EW suite isn't just a defensive shield, it's an offensive weapon, turning the tables and making the F-16 a true force multiplier in the sky. With these tools, pilots can manage multiple threats at once, control the tempo of the engagement, and survive even when outnumbered or outgunned. The F-16 transforms from a potential target into an electronic predator, stalking its adversaries with stealth and precision. These upgrades give Ukrainian pilots the edge they need to outsmart, outmaneuver, and outfight their adversaries, rewriting the rules of engagement. The difference is measured in seconds, but in aerial combat, those seconds are everything. They can mean the difference between a safe return and a tragic loss. Today's battlefield is as much about code, algorithms, and digital warfare as it is about raw courage and flying skill. The F-16's true power lies in its ability to fight and win in this invisible, high-tech war where information is as lethal as any missile. Thanks to these upgrades, Ukraine's pilots are no longer just surviving, they're hunting, taking the fight to the enemy with confidence and skill. Keeping F-16s operational is a massive logistical challenge, especially for Ukraine. The international coalition built a global supply chain for spare parts, tools, and maintenance expertise. Stockpiles in Poland and Romania allow quick delivery of common parts, minimizing downtime. Complex repairs are handled at specialized depots outside Ukraine, keeping jets in top condition. Ukrainian crews trained with NATO experts and use secure video links for remote technical support. This fusion of local hands-on work and global expertise keeps the fleet flying. The supply chain is as vital as the jets themselves. Every sortie depends on this invisible network. Keeping the Vipers in the air is a team effort, one that spans continents. The real battle is fought as much in warehouses and workshops as in the skies. Even the best jets are vulnerable on the ground. To protect its F-16s, Ukraine adopted a strategy of dispersal and constant motion. The jets are spread across a network of airfields, secondary strips, and even highways. They land, refuel, rearm, and take off again, never staying in one place for long. This shell game denies Russia a clear target and forces them to waste resources hunting ghosts. Camouflage, decoys, and hardened shelters add layers of protection. The constant movement, combined with robust air defenses, keeps the fleet survivable. Operational agility is as important as technology. Ukraine's F-16s are not just weapons, they're part of a smart, adaptive strategy for long-term success.